Hey everyone, Brittany here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys my week 29 and week 30 update. So the past few weeks have been a little crazy for me and I'm a little behind on posting updates. So that's why week 29 and week 30 are going to be combined. So for weeks 29 and 30, my symptoms mostly consisted of just a lot of tiredness and a lot of Braxton Hicks and just feeling kind of just tired. It's starting to kind of hit me that like I'm starting to kind of slow down. Like my second trimester wind is starting to die out a little bit, and now that I am in my third trimester, things are getting a lot harder to do, both physically, mentally. Sleeping at night is just continuing to be really difficult. It's just getting uncomfortable. For me to like change over to different sides takes a lot of work, and so that's not fun at all. I miss sleeping, and I know that once he is here, I'm not really gonna get to sleep either. Naps have been my friend again lately. I kind of go back and forth between being able to just go through the day not having any naps, and then other days it just hits me and I'm like, I have to take a nap because I am so just exhausted. So I kind of just listen to my body and listen to those urges. I don't try to like fight through the tiredness or try to get caffeine or anything. I'm just like, you know what, my body's telling me I need to sleep, so I'm going to go sleep, and that's what I do. Another symptom that has really started just getting worse and worse is my Braxton Hicks contractions. I'm getting them a little bit more frequently, and they're a little bit more painful. I mean, they're not really painful, but they are just uncomfortable. Before, I wouldn't really feel them. I would just feel my stomach get tighter. I was like, oh, I'm having a Braxton Hicks contraction. And then now I'm starting to go, oh, I need to sit down because this is starting to hurt a little bit. So, I mean, that's a good sign. It means that my body is practicing, you know, getting ready for labor and everything, which is great, of course. There's really not any new symptoms, but a continuing symptom is just very dry skin. Oh my goodness. I am getting where my head, I'm getting dry skin on my scalp, and so I'm getting flakes and stuff. It's not dandruff or anything. It doesn't itch or anything like that. Obviously, now that we're getting more into summer, it's starting to get even worse. But for the most part, my skin on my face has mostly stayed pretty clear. You know, I don't have any body acne, which I kind of started having at the beginning of my pregnancy. But now that we're here in my third trimester, I've been doing a lot better just in that sense. I'm not breaking out like I was, so that's been kind of nice, you know, but the dry skin I could do without. I've also been getting a little bit more of swelling, which I wasn't having before, but my mom was telling me that the more that we're getting into the warmer months and the higher the temperature is going outside, that when I am outside, it can cause me to swell a lot quicker. And even though I'm drinking a lot of water, I'm staying super hydrated all the time, I have noticed if I'm on my feet for a little too long, they do start to swell up, and my hands start to swell up a little bit. Mostly before, I was just, you know, I'd go on walks with Nick, or I'd do my yoga, and then I'd get a little swollen. But it's been more if I'm just, you know, standing on my feet for too long, or if I'm just going a little too much, then I start to kind of swell a little bit. So I've been making sure to, you know, sit down and rest and just, you know, chill for a bit. Pregnancy brain, I feel like, is just increasing and increasing. I feel like my brain is turning more and more into mush, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Like, I need to get stuff done, but then my brain can't just like focus on anything. I feel just very scattered at the moment. I feel like I have so much I need to do, and I just don't have the energy to get the things done that I need to get done. And that's been really hard and frustrating for me. And so I've been having to put a lot more projects and stuff like that onto Nick, and I'm like, Nick, I can't do this. And he's super supportive, and he's like, you know what, I got it. I totally get it. You just sit there and relax and just tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay. But I'd rather, you know, just get in there and do it myself. And that's been, like, it's been really hard for me to like not do that. But I'm getting to the point where physically I'm kind of having to slow down a little bit. Another thing is that a lot of the clothes I bought in my second trimester to kind of go with my bigger size, I'm starting to kind of grow out of a little bit. My bump is starting to make my shirts not go all the way down. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I think I need to go do some shopping and get some, third trimester outfits or something. Just a few things. I mostly, stay at home, and I'm at home, so I'm able to wear comfy casual clothes. But even then, those are getting a little too small. So I'm like, oh snap, I need to get a couple sizes up in some things. Also, this past week, when I turned 30 weeks, I had my doctor's appointment for my first 2-week doctor's appointment. So it's 2 appointments in each month. So for this month of June, I already had mine, and then I have another one next week, and then in July I have 2, and then after that I will start seeing her every single week. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're here. Anyways, so I did have my doctor's appointment. My mom had to go with me because Nick wasn't able to get the day off from work, so that was all good. She hadn't been to an appointment of mine in a good while, so she was excited to go. The doctor's appointment went actually really, really well. And I had talked in my last video about how I had done all my gestational diabetes tests, my anemia test. They did all this blood work, all this stuff, right? So I wasn't exactly sure where I stood with everything. And so I was able to talk with my doctor and be like, hey, what were my results? They did check my thyroid because I do have hypothyroidism, and those came back all good. My numbers are still low, especially for being pregnant. Your numbers always tend to go higher. So they're just keeping me on the dosage that I've been on for being pregnant. Like, I'm not anemic or anything. My iron levels are perfect, which is great. And then also my gestational diabetes test, which I was so nervous on. I was so nervous on it, guys. And it came back perfect. I think my blood sugar tested at like 82 or something, which I felt was like a little low, but she said it was within the perfect range and that I had nothing to worry about and that I wouldn't have to do the 3-hour test or anything like that. So I was so relieved. Like, so relieved. So I'm so stupid, and I had been tracking my weight whenever we went to the doctors, of course. I would pay attention to the numbers and, do the math in my head. And I screwed up my numbers for my weight. I had told you guys in the last update that I had overall gained 27 pounds within my pregnancy. Come to find out, talking with my doctor, she's like, oh yeah, you've only gained 23 pounds. And I was like, oh, and that was with I had gained only 1 pound from my previous appointment, which was 2 weeks earlier. So I'd only gained 1 pound within those 2 weeks. At this point, I should be gaining on average about 1 pound each week. So half a pound each week isn't that bad. I'll take it. Anyway, so she told me, she's like, yeah, you overall now, after that, adding that 1 pound, you have only gained 23 pounds. And I was like, oh, I thought I had gained 27. She's like, no, on your chart here it says 23. And I was like, I'm less close to 30 now. So that, I probably won't stay under that 30-pound range like I wanted to. But she said, honestly, if you gain up to 35 pounds, I'm okay with that. I was just so happy, to be quite honest. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go get some fast food because I've only gained 23 pounds, not 27. I just feel like the 4-pound difference just really helped me out there. So basically, I feel like this entire appointment, this doctor's appointment that I had, was just a very reassuring one. It made me feel a lot better than I had been feeling. I wasn't super down, but I was nervous about, a few things. But basically, she reassured me that, everything's going really well. My pregnancy is going well. He is measuring perfectly. She says, like, usually you want to measure within this range or whatever when they measure my stomach. And he is measuring literally spot on with my due date. Like, literally spot on, because at my doctor's appointment, I had just turned 30 weeks on that day, on that Wednesday. And then he was measuring perfectly at 30 weeks. So she said, like, he's like... spot on with that due date. It was just a really reassuring appointment. She was like, he's doing great, you're doing great, his heartbeat, is wonderful. Yeah, sure, your placenta is anterior, but that's not, a big deal. So it was just really just nice. So I have another doctor's appointment, just another update one, next week, and of course I will let you guys know how that one goes as well. So then for this past week, the only thing I think been struggling with has just been my body, if that makes sense. I was just feeling a little down this past week on just, you know, how I look, how clothes are fitting me. Body's never gone through anything like this before, and I'm used to it looking, you know, a certain way, and used to being able to go and exercise and work out, you know, really hard and being able to burn those calories. And I feel like I'm just gaining weight, and obviously it's for the baby, and I know it's important that I gain that weight. Eventually when I can get back into, you know, regularly working out again, I think that's going to really help me, because I feel like right now I'm not being able to fully put in that effort that I was doing before. You know, I'm going on, you know, 30-minute walks with Nick almost every day, and then I'm also doing prenatal yoga to really, you know, stretch out my joints and my limbs and my muscles to, you know, prepare for childbirth. So I just feel like I'm doing these small steps and everything of what I can do within this range of energy and physical abilities at the moment. I'm gonna be straight up with you, like, it has been hard, you know, just seeing your body go through these changes. I did gain stretch marks within the past month. I had gone, you know, months and months without no stretch marks, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, no stretch marks. And then they just show up overnight out of nowhere, and it totally bummed me out. And I'm just like, you know what? You can't focus on it. You gotta just move on, because it just is what it is. You can't take it back now. And, you know, here we are. But, you know, I'm trying to, like, not be vain about it and worry and stress about it. I think, you know, the ultimate reason for all these changes is to have baby Emerson here and for him to be with us, and that's what matters. So that's mostly it for this update. Yeah, I went over my symptoms, which haven't been too crazy, to be quite honest. I talked about my doctor's appointment, and, you know, we're just preparing for the baby shower that is coming up soon, super soon. You know, my registry is all put together, so that's been really nice. And I'm gonna have a lot more like baby hauls and stuff like that. I will do a baby shower haul, because, you know, or I know you guys have been requesting that. I've been starting to put together our list for hospital bags. Oh my gosh. And so I've been preparing for that, just reading up on labor and different, you know, tips and tricks for getting through labor. So yeah, so I'll have a lot more of those kind of videos coming up, and then eventually we'll be doing, you know, baby update videos. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Speaking of babies, I will show you my baby bump now. I'm wearing like all black today. I guess it's just one of those days. I got on my black kimono, which has been one of my favorites during this pregnancy, and this black tank, which is getting way too small, so I'm gonna need to go buy some more. And then I just have on some black lounge shorts, so just an all black ensemble today, I guess. But anyways, here is Emerson. He is getting so big. He moves all the time, like all the time. Like, I feel like the kid doesn't stop moving. As you guys can see, possibly down here is where a lot of my stretch marks are. You know, it just is what it is. And then I do have a few creeping up over here, but they're mostly over here for the most part. But yeah, and I feel like he's just low. I don't know. I mean, I know eventually, like, he'll drop and get lower for when, you know, closer to giving birth, but I just feel like he's so low right now. He's just chilling down here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also if you're not already subscribed and you would like to be, make sure to click that button down below. And I will see you all in my very next video. Bye guys.